Всем хай, народ, с вами gamer.ru, и сегодня мы будем продолжать проходить игру The First Free. Ну что, let's go! Так, мы остановились вот тут. Бежим собирать звездочки. Так. Это не знаю какая карта. Это какая-то, ну, такая хорошая, красивая карта. Бежим, просто изучаем карту. Опа-ча, это паркур? Да, это паркур. Ну. Проходим паркур. О, звездочки. Это что? Это мне надо что-то найти. Ну, ищем, что еще делать. Побежали искать. А, вот это, мне кажется, надо найти. Вон, вот эти три. Ну, бежим. Сейчас вот эту я найду. Пойду еще раз бегаю и проверю. Если да, тогда буду искать их.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk. And I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out, like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Ну, короче, я уже почти добежал. Вы уже послушали, что они говорили. Почти добежал. Интересно, это оно? То, что надо. Нет, это не она. А, мне надо вот так. Я понял. Ладно, вернемся, когда я дойду до туда. Давайте. Я вернусь, когда я до туда дойду. Давайте. Короче, я вот добежал. Я вон там был, сейчас вот добежал. Но это я потом вот рассмотрю, я вот это сначала хочу. Так, как это делать? Все. Так, вот сейчас слушайте.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Так, ну вы послушали. Так, я уже добежал вот до сюда. Теперь думаем, как залезть вот... я понял, как вроде. Так, забираем крылышки. Потом они, скорее всего, нам пригодятся. Так, что тут? Да что ж такое, господи. Не могу запрыгнуть. Хоба. Хоба-хоба. Вот он. Так, куда теперь надо идти? Кажется, я понял, куда. Так, мы бежим тогда обратно, и значит мы сейчас пройдем дальше. Но я так и не понял, как туда попасть. Я не знаю. Просто бежим. Вон 3 звездочки, бежим к ним. И бежим туда. Она сломалась. Могу дальше проходить, но не трудно пока. Я должен на тот собрать. Давай. Я должен. И вон ты.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Короче, мы бежим за волком, я так понял. И собираем звездочки. О, это я не знал. Мы бежим тогда. Куда же мы перебежим, интересно? Уже внизу. Значит, мы почти добежали. Да, это высоко было. заберем ее. Ну, не заберем, просто посмотрим, что это.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Это были письма. Почти добежали уже, скорее всего. О. Так. Что тут? Вау. Ладно, тогда мы тут закончим прохождение. Спасибо вам за просмотр.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this.
Ладно, надеюсь, вам понравилось. Пожалуйста, поставьте лайк, подпишитесь. Поставьте колокольчик, чтобы вы знали, когда новые видео это появляются. Надеюсь, вам понравилось прохождение. Всем удачи и всем пока!